I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
If you're thinking about getting TG's luxury homes, you came to the right place. Now this is a $6 purchase in the Creation Store, and it does offer a lot of luxury homes which are put into the build menu of the game. Now these luxury homes do come in two themes, one which is matching the theme of Starfield and another which is more matching the theme of Northern Tamriel, taking on much of a Skyrim slash Bruma appearance in these luxury homes. Now I went ahead and I did play a little bit and built two outposts, one which each theme, and I'm basically going to go ahead and share what I built and what were my experiences while building these. I did use a couple other mods in tandem with TG Luxury Homes. So the first mod I used in tandem was the modular series outpost radius extender, which basically extends the radius of the outpost up to 350 meters from the beacon. And then the second one I used was Scully's Emporium, which adds a wide range of static objects to the games to kind of like help furnish your outposts. So this first outpost is on Talseti 8B. I did manage to find a nice beach location with the host planet overlooking the view from the ocean. So we are getting this lovely sunrise from our luxury home, and now this can really add to the immersion factor of the game. So if you are someone either who likes building outposts or likes role-playing within this game, I would say this is probably a really good purchase just for the Starfield themed luxury homes. So this adds the ability to basically build your pirate hideaway, or maybe set up your vanguard outpost inside the game itself and then furnish it to your likings using Scully's Emporium to kind of help flesh out the interiors. It does build a lot of really lovely ambiance into the game. So I would say probably the people that this mod is not for are the people that just didn't like the outpost system within Starfield and are more than content with basically living out of their ship. I know there's a lot of those that do play this game and do enjoy it, and this mod's probably not going to be a good purchase for them. But if you are either one, you're really into the outpost building and you want to make something maybe a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and a little bit more homely looking, this mod does make it possible to do that with these luxury homes. Now these are all completely fabricated, so I mean it's one object per building, and they're not furnished though, so you will have to furnish them, and I did use additional mods to do that because the base game does not have a whole ton of furnishings, but with a one additional download, that Scully's Emporium, it did allow me to furnish these little, I forget what it was called. I think it was a manor or an estate. So I was thinking of, when I was building this, as making a kind of beach compound for my player who is just starting the Crimson Fleet quest line. So yeah, these mods do work in tandem with each other very well. The TG Luxury Homes and the Scully's Emporium. So we're seeing a little bit of furnishing that I've done in this outpost, or this building right here, where I've kind of put all the chairs out, all the shelves, everything like this. It's pretty bare bones until you do that, but it was a relatively easy experience. these items are added right into the build menu so you can build them, and they're relatively low cost. Basically everything's like 1 aluminum, and aluminum's very common within the universe itself, though I did buy out every shop 3 times to build this and completely furnish it. So there was a little bit of time cost in that, traveling to every different vendor and buying every single piece of aluminum they had. But more than worth it. You know, it was a couple night play session to go ahead and build these out. But let's go ahead and get into the next theme. So I have a little bit of more thoughts on this. This is the Skyrim themed one. Now, this doesn't really fit within Starfield, but if you think about it, a universe with endless resources that you can essentially go anywhere and get any kind of resources you need, why not have your own Skyrim village? You could do it. I mean, so, like, logical sense, yeah, you could just roleplay as a very wealthy man who decided he wanted to build his own medieval style village within Starfield, like I did here. Now, with that being said, I did see a couple defects. As we saw, there was that light spot on the street. I'm not sure if that's a clash from a different mod, or if anyone else has been experiencing that. So, like, if you've been experiencing that, let me know in the comments, but that appears to be the only defect I've noticed within this game, and it might not even be the mod's defect. That could just be a clash between multiple mods that I'm running, so... But more thoughts on this. Not only does it add the pre-built homes, but it does add a lot of castle building features, like I have this gatehouse here. Now, I didn't fully enclose the city in a wall, which I could have done. Those build options are available, but I was able to, you know, construct this center road and then put a gatehouse at each end of the road. But let's see this outpost again from a little bit brighter vantage. So we're coming through here at twilight, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. You can see that, in my opinion, it reminds me a lot of Bruma in Cyrodiil. But I would like to hear your opinions on what region of Cyrodiil / Skyrim do you think this author was inspired from when they were creating this? Because this definitely seems to me to be straight out of Skyrim. Like, if you had a couple other mods, maybe one to add furniture for this, and then also clothes within the game, you could completely populate this with NPCs and have a Skyrim themed village. And I think that at some point in time we will be there, mod-wise. It's just a matter of time before someone starts adding textures into the game. But we're going to go ahead and check out some of the interiors of these houses, and I think they're very nicely done. They're very well textured. Like I did said before, we do need to get some kind of Skyrim themed furnishing for this, because, you know, if you try to use the base game furnishing, it's probably going to clash a little bit with the themes. But, you know, you can essentially build your own Skyrim village here. We're going to go ahead and check out a few more of these buildings. We can see there's a wide range of different buildings. I think this mod probably in total, I did not count it, but it's got to be at least 50 different buildings that you could construct, plus that modular kind of castle setup where you could build an almost infinite amount of different types of castles, etc. I did not build that castle. It seemed a little bit more involved getting all the pieces to line up perfectly. But, you know, maybe down the road I might throw my hat in the ring. There's a lot of other mods I do want to review, and that would have took a substantial amount of time to construct a castle. So that's kind of why I foregoed that a little bit. And looking at these houses, they do look really good. There's like a lot of architecture and design that does remind me a ton of Oblivion and Skyrim. Like, I'm definitely seeing a lot of Bruma in this architecture here. Maybe I'm just being crazy, but it does remind me a ton of Bruma in Northern Cyrodiil. I'm gonna do a couple more buildings here because I don't want this video to end up being 47 minutes long. Like I said, there is an absolute ton of buildings that you can pick from and choose to make your Skyrim village or your Starfield themed outpost, or whatever you want to call it, like a compound. This one here seems to have a very large atrium in the middle. Like I said, they're all kind of structured differently. Some of them are just different variations of the same building, but there's a wide variety of smaller buildings, larger buildings, and just massive structures. The last one we're going to look at is going to be the kind of like the big building, like the manor of the Skyrim themed ones. So it looks like I think I'm going through this building next. This one is a large glassed out building. This one also has a lot of wide open space on the entry, which is one of those things I do like. Kind of useless that it has the glass there pointing to the roof, but you know, it is what it is. So I think this mod is it's definitely a good value. Just with the Starfield themed items in it is more than a $6 value, in my opinion. Like, $6 is not that much money anymore in today's age. You know, you can get like a burger, maybe some fries for $6, so I don't demand too much on a $6 transaction. But for sure, with just the Starfield themed habs, it's more than enough to make up for the money. You can easily get some free mods out there to furnish the Starfield themed stuff. This Skyrim stuff, there's really nothing out here to furnish it with, which is kind of like, you know, I guess I could probably furnish it with some Starfield stuff, but probably not going to. Kind of cool to have. I'll probably end up making a video or a short with all the Skyrim themed habs here. But beyond that, like beyond like the novelty of it, there's not much utilization for the Skyrim's theme stuff. I mean, there is the castle builder, which would be probably pretty cool. I mean, you could probably build a fairly nice castle, or you could build a large wall around your existing, say, Starfield themed compound to kind of like keep out the wildlife. So that would be cool. That would be interesting. But yeah, as soon as someone comes out with some more static objects, it doesn't even really need to be like specific to Skyrim itself. Like if it was like more traditional style couches and stuff like that. You could probably easily fit it in there, and you know, it would kind of match the theme a little bit. But overall, I think this this mod is definitely worth its money, and if you are kind of into outpost building, this is it's an easy $6 pickup. Like $6, it's a very reasonable price for the amount of different buildings that you do get with this. So there's an absolute ton to do with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. This is the largest building of the collection, but I'm gonna wrap it up. So if you could give me a like and subscribe, and like always, I do appreciate those. And I think this is positively worth your time and effort and money to get if you are into Outposts. Like I said, this might not be for everyone. If you're not an Outpost person, you probably won't like it.